Hi, I'm Joy Norwood, and I'm here today to talk to you about interest rates and its effect on home buyers and sellers. I have a lot of buyers who are still looking for homes in this market, so I wanted to be able to talk to the sellers and explain that we are still looking for homes for buyers. We do still have a shortage of inventory. In this market, buyers are, because of the interest rates, becoming more selective. So if you are looking to put your home on the market, the things that you need to know are that the buyers will expect the homes to be in a more move-in ready condition. They're looking for homes that they don't have to do a lot of work to, because they are paying a little bit more for interest rates right now than what we've been accustomed to paying over the past few years during the COVID, during the time we were in COVID. So I want to address that as well, to say that the interest rates that we actually have right now are not any higher than the average interest rates that we've had over the past 30 years. So I remember when I purchased my first home, the interest rates were about 7.5%. And over the past 30 years, the average interest rate has been 7.41%, and we're still not there right now. So some of the lenders, just depending on where you are, is probably teetering around 6.5, maybe 7, or maybe a little over 7%, but we're still not at that average interest rate. And interest rates have been on homes before as high as 16 to 18%. So we're not seeing anything like that. And what we have right now is not anything out of the normal. So I just want to address that, and also bring to the forefront of, you know, you know, people, they will go out and they may purchase a car or something like that that's at 7, 8, 9, 10%, and sometimes even higher. And that's a depreciating asset. Whereas we're looking at homes that is an asset that is going to have an appreciation in value. So the numbers have shown that home prices year over year have been about 4% on average. So depending on where you are and what your location is, home prices, they do increase over time. And so what we're looking at now is the fact that um, you know incomes are up since COVID. Wages went up. People are making more money today than they have made before. Yes, home prices were lower at times in the past. However, incomes were lower at that time. So everything is relative. And so when we move into a place where we have higher incomes coming in, then the interest rates may be a little bit more, and also home prices may be a little bit more. But one thing that did drive the home prices as well was when the interest rates were lower and money was basically free. Now, we've only been at that point in time, you know, for a few years within 100-year time span of people purchasing homes. So I don't anticipate us going back into a place of where money will be free again. We may get to a point sometime in the future where homes may be back in the 5% range. When I purchased my second home, the interest rates were around 5.5%. So what we've been seeing is nothing that's beyond what's typical, and at that time wages were lower as well. So we're dealing with we're dealing with all of that. And like I say, one thing that did drive it was when the money was free, home prices did increase, and we're seeing that those prices are holding. So I'm not really seeing if there is any type of decrease in prices. It's not anything that's significant. We might see something $5,000-$10,000, but during the time of COVID, some home prices increased for as much as $50,000 to $100,000. I even saw that here in my market in Mississippi. So, we also have to realize when the interest rates are that low, and then there's a lot of, let's talk to the buyers for a moment. When the interest rates were lower, there were a lot of buyers in the market. And so you had a lot of competition. We were getting 25, 30 offers on every home. People were offering 10 to 100,000, and sometimes more, depending on the area that they lived in order to get a home. So right now they're probably even upside down in equity because they purchased homes for so much above where the market value was, but that's what they had to do in order to get those homes at that lower interest rate. So, what it would be best to do now, we are still getting some multiple offers depending on the properties. And again, those for sellers are generally properties that have been well maintained, or they've been updated, remodeled, or kept up, or they've done some type of maintenance before putting those homes on the market. And so the buyers are still willing to purchase those homes, and they are moving a completely faster rates. I've done about 6 renovated homes this year with a contractor, and for various sellers, and those homes have typically moved within 10 days or less. They've been under contract and closed within 60 days or less. So, when you put your home on the market, if it's in a good condition and it's priced appropriately, those homes are still moving. We do still need those homes for buyers in this current market. And again, I'm going to speak to buyers, and we're going to look at a little economics here in just a moment. Getting me as your realtor, you also get someone who has a business degree. So we're going to look at a little bit of economics here and say, what goes on as the interest rates move up and down, and then what is going on with these home prices. So let's take a look at that here for a moment. So during COVID, you can see this here. You can see where the interest rates were down, but the house prices were up. So we may have been here at these lower interest rates, but home prices skyrocketed during that period of time. And again, like I said, those prices are still holding if they were priced at market value during that time. We're not really seeing any type of change in that. And so after COVID, this is what we're seeing. These prices are holding, the rates are somewhat up, but we have this point here where you can meet there where for the interest rates. And for people that are concerned about where the interest rates are right now, we do have some options here. So, sellers can contribute to the closing costs, where they can do like a 2-1 buy down. They can give the buyer 2% off the interest rate for this year, 1% off next year. And if rates do come down, to a lower rate in the next couple of years, then that buyer can always refinance. And even if that does not occur and the buyer purchases here at this price, then at least that home price here has been steady for them. They're able to get the home now while the interest rates are where they are. And then once, we do see a decrease, if that should occur, then they can always refinance that home. And what will happen is then their mortgage amount will go down. So, some buyers are concerned and like, the interest rate. And again, we're at a point where this is the average interest rate. It is not anything that is outside of normal where we are right now. And so what I'm going to say again to buyers is, for example, if you can afford $1,200 a month, that's what you can afford. Get with a knowledgeable realtor, get with a knowledgeable lender, and get your approval. And you buy a home that you want to live in that will allow you to afford that home at that $1,200 a month. And then, should the interest rates go down, then you will be able to refinance, and your mortgage payment will then be below $1,200 a month. So then you get a better, mortgage amount if interest rates should go down, but you're protecting yourself should interest rates go up. If you're continuing to rent, it's being said that the rental prices are up 30% from what they were before COVID. So you're paying a higher price and a premium to continue to rent, to pay for something for someone else. You're not building any equity. You're paying 100% interest. You're not building any value for your family. Home ownership is one of the quickest ways to build wealth because, again, that 4% year over year, as you're paying your mortgage down, you're getting equity. As the home value increases, you're getting equity. So it just does not make sense not to invest in a home at this time. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me directly on my email is sell, SELL, houses with joy, and that's JOYE. And so SELLWITH, houses with an S, joy, JOYE at gmail.com. Or you can reach me on my mobile by text or calling me at 682-209-5885. And I would be happy to explain how this process would work for you. If you're a seller, it's still a great time to get into this market because we're getting buyers that need homes. You just have to be prepared to make sure that your home is in a move-in ready condition and it's in good condition and it's going to sell if it's in, at market price, because we have people who are looking continuously. And if you're a buyer, again, go ahead and get your home, lock your rate. Should rates go down, go ahead and refinance that. But you can go ahead and get into a home, protect your interest, because I've had clients who have been renting, they've had to move out, the seller decided at the last minute they want to sell, so don't put yourself in that position. Get something that you own on your own. Start building generational wealth for you and your family. And again, I'm here to answer any questions that you have. I'd be happy to go over that with you, and I will see you in the next video. I plan on providing more informational topics to you here in the future, and I hope you enjoyed this video presentation today, and I will see you next time.